How from said position did Konate lose this? Because Van Dijk, why are you just standing there? You've got to make the challenge. You have to go onto a football pitch and defend. You're not defending here. You're stripping here. All right. Let's talk, like, look, Liverpool is a mess, but I think I had to pick this up because I think this just shows you. Again, Slot should take some blame here, but the defending for this goal was abysmal, absolutely abysmal, and these are of two defenders you'd expect more from. So this year, that's Konate. From this position, what do you expect? Would expect. Ding, ding, ding. Correct, you're right. It's Konate. He'll clear the ball. Of course he'll clear the ball. From this position, 9.9999999 times out of 10, you'd expect Ibrahim Konate, a international world-class level defender, at least we thought it was, to easily deal with the ball. He'll hit it out, or he'll be able to control it, make it go through. Oh, no, come on, bro. Look, again, that's Konate there. The ball is right there. Of course, he'll control the ball. He'll give it to, I don't know whether this might be Curtis Jones, or he'll be able to control the ball and get it out of there. Well, come on, there is no way that from this position, there's no way in hell, from this position, that Konate would somehow screw this up. No way. It's impossible. Impossible. No way. How? How from said position did Konate lose this? It's like, how from this position did Konate lose? So that's all you have Konate. From that position that we saw there, how is Konate, how does he find himself in this position here where, bro, why is the ball there? The ball should be out of here. It should be completely out of here. So already, huge, massive mistake. And a mistake that a guy of Konate's level, you should not be making that mistake. Specifically, making that mistake in that area there where easily cleared the ball. So by him missing an extremely easy clearance, you've already put your team in a very precarious position. So, boom. Okay, so danger. So this is we're in danger land now. So look, this is the PSV player. So if you're or again for Konate, he's screwed up there. So if you're Van Dijk, you've got to be very wary because what you don't want to do is sell yourself. Because if he fully goes there, you have the PSV defender free. So as of right now, I think Van Dijk is doing the right thing. He's just maintaining his position because he's aware that there is a PSV guy behind him. But Van Dijk now knows that, which is what every defender does, close the space. So he knows that with Konate behind him, if I just close up the space, it makes it difficult for him to make a pass or have a shot. Make a pass or have a shot. So again, just keep that in mind. If you are closing up the space, the opposing player should not make a pass. They should not have a shot. So we move. Hold up. So that's Van Dijk there. So Van Dijk is moving in. So remember what I said? He's trying to close off the space. And Konate is obviously trying to close off the space as well. So Van Dijk is now making the movement. He's trying to close off the space. But this is not where we get into the folly of aura defending. Because aura defending helped Van Dijk a lot of time. But whereas before, aura defending made Van Dijk a force. He made him a force in football. The aura defending right now, it's now making him a meme, making him a stripper, and making him a volleyball player. No, it's making him all of these different things. But this is where, and I'll explain to you why for Van Dijk, this is why I've always criticized Van Dijk's aura defending. And why I've always said I admire defenders who take risks and say, no, defenders who they go for the tackle. They make the challenge. Rather than, oh, aura, back off. No. There are situations where you can't back off. You can't just press. You have to make that tackle. It's risky, but you've got to make a challenge, and because you've got to make a decision. You know what? It may be a foul. I may give away something, but I believe in my ability that I'm going to go for the challenge, and I believe that I'm going to make the tackle and win the ball, or make the ball go out into touch. So for Van Dijk, you've got to make a decision here. So what is Van Dijk doing? I mean, so that's Van Dijk there, right there. What is he doing? like again, he's memeing. Like, Van Dijk, don't you know that you're a meme, bro? It's looking like he's shaking that ass. He's looking like he's stripping. He's looking like he's being like Cardi B. Because Van Dijk, why are you just standing there? You've got to make the challenge. Because again, I know what he's trying to do. Because again, you're trying to restrict the space to ensure that the shot doesn't come through, the pass doesn't come through. But sometimes you've got to just take matters into your own hands, because you can't just assume that the shot won't pop off. So I'm sorry, in this position, Van Dijk, as the captain, as the world-class defender, as the best defender, you've got to make the challenge. You've got to make the challenge. You don't say, no, I'm going to win the ball, restrict the danger, get the ball out. But he doesn't do so. Sorry. So by him not making the challenge, the PSV player, he's been able to now turn. Because again, so remember what I said before. You restrict the space. You want to make sure that they don't pass or they don't shoot. This player should not be allowed to shoot from this position. You shouldn't have even given him the opportunity to shoot in this position. So while Van Dijk and Konate are there looking like Tweedledee and Tweedledum, please don't let this guy shoot. Please don't let this guy shoot. But I'm sorry, by Van Dijk not taking matters into his own hands and actually making the challenge, you've created this situation. You've created this situation here. So, okay, boom. Okay, so I'm sorry. So this is where bro. So this is the moment he takes the shot. Guys, what's happening? Guys, I'm sorry. From this position where you have two defenders like this, he should not be allowed to take the shot. The very fact he was able to take the shot, that's an indictment on Van Dijk and on Konate. But the reason why he was able to take the shot is, I'm sorry, even before we got to the position, Van Dijk should have made the challenge. So when aura defending worked for you all those years prior, the aura defending is now being a detriment to your team, because by being too, I'll say it, by being too cowardly to not make the challenge, make the tackle, you've created a situation where this guy has been able to pick off a shot, and again, it's obviously hit the bar, and it was a very simple thing by the guy to now put it in. But the only reason why we got here was because, again, two reasons why we got here. Again, let me give you two reasons. Konate, horrible to not clear that ball. A very simple, so horrible to not clear that ball. But look, it happens. It's bad, but it happens. But I'm sorry. Yes, Konate did not clear the ball, but when... Hold on. What are you doing? I'm sorry. What are you doing, bro? Verge, what are you doing? Verge, I'm sorry. He's He's twerking. Verge, why are you twerking in this position? You should be tackling or making a challenge, not twerking. Van Dijk, if you want to be a stripper, just say you want to be a stripper. Bro, I won't judge you. I swear I will not judge you. I don't judge. If you want to be a stripper, say you want to be a stripper. But at least say you want to be a stripper. Don't go onto a football pitch and strip. You have to go onto a football pitch and defend. You're not defending here. You're stripping here. You're twerking here. And I'm sorry, by not making a challenge in this position, that's just bad defending. Straight up bad defending. So, which is why I say to guys that, yes, Slot deserves some blame. Of course he does. And the manager will always take most of the blame. But I'm sorry. These players are underperforming. These players are playing badly. And this right here, a manager can be blamed for a mistake. Slot didn't tell Konate not to play a very simple ball. And I swear to you, Slot doesn't say to Van Dijk, don't tackle, don't make it a challenge. When you know that a challenge should be made, don't make a challenge. I don't think Slot says, oh, go on order to defend. Oh, while you have a player in a dangerous area, twerk. Players have to take some responsibility, man.